let's actually start this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to it. Yet another exciting episode of Cups of Knowledge. Before we go straight to the business of the day, do make sure that you do the right thing. Like, subscribe, and press the notification button. But also, let me just say this. Apologies to everyone who's like, Zotando, you've been saying you're recording and you're going to be posting this content. Some technical difficulties that we face from time to time had made us to not post some of the videos that we had shot. We had already had a lot of content, but yeah, we know how things can get, but I highly apologize and thank you very much for keeping on that support. It is highly appreciated. Please do make sure that you tell your friends and your other friends to do the very same thing that you are doing right there at home. And as you can see, that besides me, this is a very, I'm going to say a handsome gent, because he likes to say, he thinks he's handsome. I don't know. I beg to differ. Okay, I don't beg to differ, but I'm like, oh, okay, it's fine. That's
not that much.
I'm basically like, those are your thoughts, but his name rather is Awonke Dulaze. He said I must make sure that I do give him a background or what he's done this. But for me, I'm like, hey, whatever I want. If really people know you, then they're gonna be like, this is Awonke Dulaze. We know what he's done. You know his accomplishment. We know his achievement. We know his goals. We know who he wants to be. We know everything about this man. But let me tell you this one thing. He's a graduate. He graduate your shishino. That's business, right? Shishino, that's business. I'm getting hot. I think it's a biography because
it has to be in the presence of graduate.
That's just fine right there. Okay. He is a graduate in business studies. He is a presenter currently for a music show called Homegrown on the Cape Town TV, which I coordinate. Just saying. So I'm his boss. So true. So I'm his boss, and he's always and he also was a presenter for Exe Lab, a youth show that also airs on Cape Town TV, and he graces his presence rather with us right here on Cups of Knowledge. Such an honor.
Right.
We were supposed to start like 2 hours ago, but yeah, because
thank you so much for having me, my brother. I've been trying to get on this podcast since he announced it on Facebook. That was back in February of 2022. This year.
True.
I'm just saying the year in case doesn't post this because he never uploads his episode. I've been trying to get here for 8 months.
Hey,
trying.
Finally,
and then it happened that I'm here, so I'm so glad to be here. Also, I think it was a good thing that it took so long.
Yeah,
at that time, this guy's I need that much, but I liked dude. I took a liking to him, like out the Grand Lena is doing his stuff. And then at some point, someone told me, like 3 months ago, and I said, I'm down, like, I hate you, McRae. And I said, McRae again. So I think now the conversation will be even more interesting because we're actual friends.
Okay, if you're saying you realize that he's not a good friend, what do you mean about that?
There's something that happened when I am and then you didn't care. I'm like, I told me you should care about this. And then I was like, I hate you, McRae, and then I'm here because of time. But then I've got to understand, but sometimes he just says he doesn't care, but he does. He just says, hi, go, get down. And then a couple of days later, I'm trying to solve that problem that you had spoken to him about. So, okay. So after we had the word out.
So I care.
You do care, but you act like he doesn't. Which is understandable because I think he's trying to protect his space.
That's
which is not a good way of living. You have to let people in and then disappoint you, then you move on.
Okay, Awonke Dulaze, he's gonna take this to the next level, knowing him. But ladies and gentlemen, I also got my double agent sitting on my left-hand side. Doesn't want to be named because he's afraid his next future wife is actually gonna see this and he's gonna be like, Amo, you're also in a podcast at some time in your life. I don't know the truth and the reality of him getting married. I don't see that happening. 100 years to come, knowing the type of person that he is, it's not happening anytime soon.
I've known him for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I got hope.
Thank you. So basically, we're all happy. We all concur. Yeah. Right, that there's no hope. But you should change your ways, though.
Nah, but
You should change your ways. It's not
I
good.
promise you one day.
One day.
We'll chat.
Next
Soon, by the way, it will not take.
Wait. Would it only be Utuso Mbedu that you marry?
Wait, we're gonna just you. Oh, baby. What that thing here?
You know what?
And then I got business team.
I know I asked. Okay, wait. I don't think I got.
Charlie, Taki.
Just to be honest, no, I don't think I.
What?
Yeah, 2 hours does an I went to my situation.
I texted to Mama photos.
Yeah?
What's the extent that you would do?
I'd forsake my career and my family for her.
Yeah.
And then be a husband.
Interesting.
I'm controlling about him and his and I'm gonna do it.
Exactly, yeah.
I won't get the WhatsApp,
Immediately.
And when
whatever you want.
And when
I think that's what Charles has here. I mean everything.
So the competition is tight, basically.
Including this call.
The competition is tight. So either one of you guys would actually drop everything for Utuso.
Yeah, I would say.
I don't want to agree to the cause again chill. I want it to be my thing. I want it to be my shit. I'm team daughter.
Oh, you daughter.
And then I'm the head of the family. I'm not the banana. And then until I join, we will because every other name was trying to control.
Tuso, if you're watching this and if this ends up on your lap or on your, I don't know where, but these two gentlemen, he's proposing.
If you see it, will you marry me? It's a side figure one.
Actually, ladies and gentlemen, the topic that we're having today is very much interesting because we talk about what really men are, what separates a man from a boy, and what makes a man stand out, and what makes a man to be a man. And you mentioned that, as you were saying a couple of seconds ago, dudes or men would say, deep in order, in context or in context to what we're talking about to something. My question is, with the men society or the whole entire society as people, we've got this ideology that, okay, let me say we have an ideology, let me say women have this ideology that a man has to do this, a man has to have to do that, indoor must, we actually had a podcast, whole entire podcast about this thing, but it never ended up on the, that's a story for another day. So, what is your definition of a man? And what do you think the values of a man are?
Personally, I feel, first of all, that gender is a social construct. So I don't lead with the gender that was assigned at your birth by a sex assigned at your birth by I'm a man, so therefore I believe in individualism.
Yeah.
That's what I believe in. So as an individual, what makes you who you are, the product of your environment. I feel people are the product of the environment, their surroundings, the friends they keep, and how they grew up, and maybe the content that they consume. That's what makes them who they are. So saying a man is this and this and that is generalizing, which I have a problem with. Because a lot of people, when you get into spaces, they like to talk about the fact that men are this way, they is this way. Women generally are this. Men are small-minded. We had a conversation behind the scenes, but guys are small-minded. I don't like that because I feel like as Awonke Dulaze, I'm different, much like everybody else. But what makes me who I am is not the fact that I was happened upon with testicles. That's what I'm saying. So now I can't define what a man is. I can only define what Awonke Dulaze is because I believe in
Individualism.
Exactly.
Okay, no point. Just to emphasize, kipati wana indoda. Society to yenze normalize okay indoda. Kwaba lots of respond man. Bombe lokushilo indoda. Ujongela liso okay this person indoda. Uninto expected wazenze azithethe. Even if uhlela abantu, some things as expected wrong way. When you indoda. But forgetting indobana indoda, it's not about gender okanye wena uzalwe phi uzalwe njani uzalwe ngubani. Ihlobo wena osiphethe ngalo from ukhula. ndingene kule environment ne uyakwazi ukuzalwa ke home mama mama bodwa siblings mama akho makhulu makazi akho umuntu ongutata but wena uphume from that home and ube umuntu ongutata ongathi ukhula ke home enabantu ongutata bodwa, not because of the background yakanye, because of abantu okhuliswa ngabo, but because of lo muntu wena unguye oziceba wena unguye. Indoda kuyendaba enqala. Indoda ukuthi wena ngoku because ithethile kulams okanye because diyenzile isiko indoda, but because wena uzikhipha okanye uzigcina okanye uzenza whatever yenzayo, like every day uphakama nje uxoxa endleleni ubona khona isidima sami sekhona, at least abantu benibona, at least umuntu xa ngibulisa uyendlela bokhe umuntu ongutata lo. Now that's being a man. Kukho abantu abadala, I mean umuntu umdala, umdala ezimbani age yakhe emvumela bafuna suppose to umuntu ongutata bangena abantwana, but umuntu omdlula kuye uthi mamolo, because isidima sakhe nobuyena obuhlise from early ages zakhe.
Okay. So kuba indoda, sorry Nqola, kuba indoda nesidima sakho utsho kanjani okanye indlela oyiyo buwena,
the way that you carry yourself,
if I identify not personally as a person who identifies as a woman, indlela akhuliswe ngayo nayo nasidima esibizela ngaso naye kaba indoda.
Let's get sex ne. I like umbuzo wakho, and ngingathanda uphendula ngokuthi isidima sakhe singandibangela xa ndifika kuye ndimnike imbeko nomuntu ongutata.
True.
Because isidima sakhe indlela siphethe ngayo phandle nendlela enza ngayo izinto ziyandibangela isidima sakhe ndomnika imbeko endimnika yona ndingathi ba umuntu ongumama, but ndithethe ezibekho ezokuthatha ngayo umuntu ongutata xa ndifike kwelikhaya. Akho umuntu ongutata kwelikhaya, let's say akho umuntu ukhona mama uyi-1 uyinhloko bakhusela abantwana, but hlobo siphethe ngayo lokishini asisoze umve kuthiwa unyuse onozakho walwa, ihlobo siphethe ngalo ngumuntu ongutata.
So indoda
let me answer your question actually.
Okay.
I think there's this saying, or I've heard a person say this, Uguti, if you see a woman in umfazi umbona by the way that they portray themselves, Uguti, what type of household or what indoda yakhe, the values that they portray or they have installed, or I don't know the words, I cannot figure out the words that, but initially the saying was umfazi umbona ngendlela aziphethe ngayo ukuthi indoda yakhe njani. So a female or a wife or a girlfriend, the minute that you see that person, that's the replica of that particular man.
Yeah,
I've heard people say that.
Okay.
I've heard people say that. I don't know if you at home know what I'm talking about, but that's what I've heard. And I would like to say yes and no to that. I don't feel anything about that.
Umufazi bakhe buxhomekeke indlela aphethwe ngayo indoda yakhe.
Yes.
That's yabona eqaleni nasho ba gender is a social construct. Abantu, there are these unspoken rules then you have to then now follow in order to be considered indoda. Imagine before Awonke Dulaze. Diyo ndiyo. Kuthiwa bumna buxhomekeke ku-medium awugeke sibala.
No, okay. Wait. Let me find a way. You said when gender, no, not gender, but I don't know the words. I mean, you had a lot of social. Don't. Yeah. Define Awonke to me, because you said you don't have a mentality. Yeah, you know what you said. Yeah, indoda, you kind of box yourself as indoda, therefore this A, B, C, and D. You believe in individualism. That's a very same word that you define an Awonke for me.
For me, the fact that in gender, some people lead with that when they converse with you. For instance, if let's say I don't look at 15 years ago, to my teta now is Libel. If Ben Lukanga, my whole life, only gonna address me in a certain way, then maybe Zotando or look at 2 weeks ago. I don't like that. Good. Let's say we're talking about mics. Let's say I have a mic that I invented. Now when you don't want to take me seriously because can't end up in, and you're gonna take Zotando seriously. Got Zotando. doesn't even care for technology.
Okay.
I hate that some people lead with the fact that you were born female or male. So I then want to engage with people on the personal level. By personal level, I say what makes them who they are, not the fact that it's Zotando. Why do I keep saying Zolani? With the fact that it's Zotando.
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Zolani Chama. I don't know.
Shout out to Zolani Chama.
Hey, not here.
Yeah, well, fine. I address you because look at 2 years ago, 15 years ago. What makes Zotando?
Okay.
So what makes Awonke is the fact that I'm from a kind of guy. There were 5 of us. My mom, single mother, raised 5 kids. Having lost 1 and a husband at some point, I can only imagine what that does to you psychologically. To be able to put us through schooling and a salary. My mom worked on commission. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That struggle, I'm not going to get deeper into what makes me me. That's just a glimpse of understanding what a person can do. I almost said a woman, couldn't go to the social. A person can do. I'm the last of 5.
Okay.
Things my brothers done for me, my sisters, and Kulele side B in the RDB house, all 6 of us here. 2 houses down my house, Abanambane, and he's one of my closest friends. Seeing that, I lost a childhood friend to gun violence. I've seen some of my people in Mogasai are hooked on drugs. All those things shape me. That's why whenever I go to any place I go to, I lead with the fact that I'm pro-black. The reason Sekasi, we all know. The structure is still in the systems that put us into place paper. Just to break the cycle. Some timing us break. That's what something that also entices me and drives me.
What makes you Awonke?
Struggle. And my siblings, the love my siblings have shown towards me and each other, that also drives me. Whenever I converse with somebody and their siblings, not that they don't struggle. The fact that I have that, it's dope. I love that for me. And the education and the things that I've encountered in life, that's what makes me who I am. To a point when I'm there, and then the booyah, and then when I was a teenager, so Nanalawi number, I'm like, I can't believe because I have a close friend of mine, Zanga, and still no good look. I can't believe the woman back on it. I can make Spanish. I can make knowledge. I got to
interesting. Okay. I got this.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
I think
I just said
okay. No, I think
can I get a tissue, please?
Yeah. I feel like a background on its own.
Yeah.
In a cool in a podcast you want.
Yeah.
But I feel like a family. Generally the couples background like a family that impact him.
Sure.
Lo muntu okhula nayo, lo muntu okholisayo, lo muntu ohleli naye. Una impact kubo wena like future yakho. Phinde ngibele into oyithethile nawe about umuntu ongumama. Isidima sakhe nobuyena buxheka impatho umuntu omdala. Into ethi
their representation.
Into ethi lento yiyo phandle ebhasini umuntu ongumama ufika uziqhayise ebhasini.
Yeah.
Umnyeni wakho endlini into abakuphethe ngalo ina impact. I would love to agree to disagree.
Okay.
Thank you.
But let me first say, I think in a matter because bakono mama, because let's say ukhoma ngoba namandla. Antamandla, umntathethe kuvakala endlini into ethe khona. Ke xesha siphila kulo. But usijonga ke ngoku ngokwesihlobo esikhule ngalo apho umuntu ongutata xa ithithi into ngomama athobe ngomzuzu. Yes, inayo kakhulu impact into ngomntana yenzayo. Utata athi pheka ku6 abekwe imbiza. umuntu ongumama noba umsiza ngawugqibi u6 soqhubeka imbiza
right le ngicela
you know wrong of course ke xesha siphila ngalo but ngoba unodata right wena
nyani
yeah for unodata for being a man and then umfazi wakho uye kwa umphethe ne but for bakwazi ukuthobela because the reason why iphume ekhaya lizakhela umzi ibe nomfazi yekho umfazi wami abantwana bami it means xa umfazi uzokwazi ukuthi sise baby it is ngo6 masibeke imbiza inyanga sizibekiwe to me it means like bona zabazala ngizokwazi ukufaka la baxaza mntanami at least izihlangu mazipholisho ngofo izakwenzeka because mama wabo beyenza into
so you feel like you bring order to the house.
Exactly.
Oh yima, that's not order, that's control. Ifu
Okay.
yena angathi umama ekhaya athi
Takabani.
yeah
ikati ngomqhubelo mayenzi
u6 ngoyimbiza masibeka masibeka
mna I personally beka imbiza ngo6
yeah athi ba ixesha lembiza
I think ke xesha siphila kulo ewe but ngoba umuntu ongutata aphofu yabo kuvuka itopic ngoyinto ke nethetha apha yomuntu xa kuthatha la nto kuyalo umuntu ongumama
yeah
ine great impact endlini njengindlu yethu asingendawo thina but kamiyalo wenza umuntu ongumama iyayifika apha endlini kuthi sesoyi2 ibe into eyenzayo enkulu because kakhulu umuntu ongumuxelela
wayana nje namfowethu
no masibasime ngekuyala kwethu asikuyalo masibasiyeke ukuyala ngomntana umuntu ongumama xa echata uyaxomamela uyapheka uyathini all those things dikhula ages esibena 4 5 6 7 years uyangena nawe phaqeke umuntu ongumama umntana ehlele makhulu wakho pha makhulu akathetha amyalo umuntu ongumama umamele nawe ndethwa phana umhlambele izinto umhlambele impahla and asesikhule ezalo nyana lo mama azenza wena elano ikwenza umuntu emqondeni ihlanjela iwashing ihlanjela izitsha ngiyaphekela imbizo king bra I'm doing nothing lento now umuntu ongumama lo wenza izinto kana life
That's another point. That's another point. Because, okay, let me take it from there.
Yeah.
Another life in a sense whereby, according to his words or his utterances, that each and everything that this woman or this particular person does, it comes on what the male figure is going to say to them.
exactly
That's what he's saying. In just a clean, simple.
and it's 2022 and then these guys are not 2K by the way and they think like this.
Wait,
no today
Ted. These are systems we were supposed to dismantle a long time ago. That's patriarchy. I don't subscribe to that.
Okay, systems that we are meant to dismantle.
Yeah.
I love that for you. I love that you're saying that. You mentioned earlier on that you don't believe and we had this conversation a couple of months back that you don't believe on Kwaluka and all that. You have a friend that did not go whatsoever. Your take is the Ekwenzel Indoland. Then why is it that when Zotando goes out there as Elikwala pulls through with shorts, with pulls like basically how and why does that bother you as a male person?
I'm gonna take it from there.
Yes.
Let me answer.
Please do.
I love that question so much.
Please do.
Demand kumisuka
in a township in case
imandi kumisuka kuye the question exactly imandi abisuka khona imandi hold on
please let my question get answered.
One of the things that make me who I am is fighting systems that were imposed on us growing up in the township. By not the patriarchy, homophobia is also taught, as long as I had to unlearn all those things so much so that I felt a responsibility in every space that I occupy. I, not necessarily school, share my opinion to a point that I hope it changes people's minds.
Wait, hold on.
So to answer your question,
wait, are you drinking? I didn't see you drink. I didn't see you drink it since the beginning of this podcast.
I have been.
Okay.
So to answer your question, when I gonna look at 15 years ago, it was just so different to what Zotando is doing. I like fighting systems and society norms So I advocate for what I told you as fine, but yo, back in my day, I was even telling them off camera that I can live every day, but when I couldn't for like 6 months, so then to a point where I dabbled since then jive or go Latino in the club or wherever. I had to buy my system for 6 months to a point where not clean. So I'm not jive anymore. It has, and at that point, didn't call as woke. I don't want to use the word woke.
Okay.
I wasn't a progressive thinker as I am now. Zotando, when I do that, it's banter. Hey, I saw this guy's video a day. He was at a yacht. This
is a yacht, please.
Having a
this is
time.
A yacht. I'm having a party at a yacht, please.
That's what I'm saying. And then he came back the next day and spun me. I'm like, how? Say so a kulula. It took me a year. I'm forward to my time. I'm sure unless they have been a really I like it in the same token, I do want La Majda Sabambe, the old way of doing things too. Not necessarily correct you or privatize, but sir, it's a good lead well, Zotando being Zotando, and I'm still gonna fight the system. But at least maybe corner band to if I back about the privatizer 5 years from now,
According to
my system.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're here, die out that part of our culture.
Okay, good. You mentioned earlier on, Ukoluka does not do anything for you. Does not.
These are facts.
I
was unemployed for 8 years.
You're unemployed, you don't get any education, then why do you feel the need? If you continue the way that Zotando does it, then why do you feel as if there has the economic need, whereas it doesn't bring anything to the table before you come through? Yeah.
Because it's saying about clothes, I'm going to use about clothes because it's an umbrella. And about clothes, about who before none of that, but team, everything else. Because it's in a sequel, ukula une foreskin.
White people have foreskin. Asians have got foreskin. Chinese have got foreskin. Swati people.
Especially.
Not all of them.
Not Jews. The Jews when you a couple of months old, you see. It does. Foreskin, it does do something to
okay, so it's basically about foreskin, this thing.
Not necessarily. There's more teachings that happen there. So the focus is not only on and it just happens. That's the podcast.
This podcast is gonna keep people in.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is those teachings as really no man life in a band who can't open by the way. So the conversation, the perspective comes from fresh. Because now we're fresh from.
Why do you feel the need of stopping the things that you did back then in order to accommodate society? Do you think umthetho is relevant, or is it nation? No. Wait. Is it nation building? Is it pushing for progress and new things and new ideas? Wait, double agent.
Okay.
Your thoughts?
I think ukoluka when it's on J, ukoluka. Ukoluka.
Getting second.
Okay, even I think about targeted bana advantages zokoluka zikhona. Even no constructed into zikhoyo because less look. Even especially not kabayacho. But once health-wise, it's a health-wise and then this is ubuntu obu. Being yourself many things change. Number one. I personally
intrapersonal,
but even a personality. Even ayakho wena once uthongenile ngoluko waphuma things are change.
Mention
Indlela okwenza ndizapho ngoku mention izinto indlela okwenza. Ngokwawuyinkwenkwe specifically, ngokwawuyinkwenkwe. Into awuzenza now that you are a man. Now that you are identified as a man. Ufela entabeni.
Yeah.
At least kuzi biqolo no man. No, phinde le. You understand? One of the things okay man ethi indlela ubehave ngayo. You behave njengenkwenkwe, usizijenkwenkwe nje umntana okhuliswe endlini. Now ubuye entabeni uxelelwe ba okay now A B C and D. At least wena ngoku you identify as a man. Suppose ukuthetha ukuhamba ukwenza kuyajinja.
Okay. Wait. Don't you think when before you get Wuluke, when didn't you have all of those qualities and quantities?
No.
Meaning representing yourself in a way that you want people to respect you, representing yourself in a way that you want people when they see you, they remember the very same Kanye. If they see Lukanya Wangoku and they meet Kanye after 10 years, don't you think that when back then you did not have those qualities and quantities of being a man?
Okay, no. I'm be honest. Ukanya belunguye. I personally before ndingene.
Yeah.
Nalo ndinguye ngoku. Babili bahlukile kakhulu futhi. Maniqala uqala.
Wait. I beg to differ.
Maniqala uqala.
Sekuse kahle
Ungena kakhulu. Umna before ndingene. Whatever bendiyenza. Yes, bendicingela mina. Phambi naxa sokuthi wena ngami.
Yeah.
You understand? Hi, whatever. I mean whatever. Jonga, ndiyenza noma yintoni. I don't care when uthini ngami.
Yeah.
But now, ever since ndibuyile.
A year later. Yeah.
Which one is this?
No, I feel like whatever ndiyenza ngoku. Ngifuna this job okay izandeka phambili.
Yeah.
Same place now on Children Fact podcast. Like singa-mention uNokhanya bani.
Yeah.
Because ndicinga in future. My kids, my family, my wife.
So what if you pa?
No, but mina ndingukhanya lo usuke endabeni.
But I beg to differ.
Okay.
Because this is not true what you're saying.
Okay.
The podcast has been in making since February this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And prior, in fact, not even February.
Okay.
The year before
Okay,
that,
yeah.
you always said that you don't want to be mentioned because of certain reasons.
Okay, my man.
So I was the langana.
No, my man, wait.
Maseo.
My man, wena ngoku uthetha ngami lo ndaziyo phambi kwakho.
Yeah.
Of course, in front of my family, my friends, including everyone who knows me.
Yeah.
That nami xa ndiphambi kwabo ndi-comfortable. Trust me, ngicabanga lo mntu ndinguye. But once you figure outside, I have to show community. I have to.
Why do you have to?
So the community mbona ndingami ndinguye endabeni.
What do you mean?
No, I was.
Yabona, and when it had it just enforced more ideology and control that changes you as a human being. Yanga jive, you know.
Okay.
For what good reason?
That's another form of control. It's patriarchy invested in wanting to control how people live and do the things that they do.
But
Mara in society, if you call it political life, I know I'm not like because you hot man.
But we let go in general.
Because I'm 50. Not only that, I unlearned things. So Ukanya, Uzobanela,
I know.
Whenever I do this, I mean, there's a way where I feel like I go in the lane because it just controls you even more. It puts you in a box even more.
Okay, how about?
Because if you are yourself around Zotando, you put on a character.
That's how I know.
It's working against
people.
Like,
no, how about it? How about Siegel Kamaliti control? How about Siegel Kamaliti control?
And it is control.
Sifagel Kamaliti Grandaka.
Let me come in.
Oh, yeah.
Let me come in. I've wanted to intervene.
Okay.
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Fuck you. Okay, I've wanted to intervene. So, I'm not gonna say I've learned anything that has made me to be a better Zotando than I was before.
I believe you because of how you carry yourself.
Exactly.
Hey, you amaze me. Yeah.
That's what I live for. I live to amaze people. I live for people to actually say, we do not expect that for Zotando. And every time when I go out, people like, we did not expect you. I was at 0 to 1 a Friday.
Yeah.
Friday. I was speaking to my friends, not my acquaintances, because I know everyone from the owner of the establishment.
For context, 0 to 1 is a nightclub.
Yeah, the nightclub. Social nightclub. But they said to me, hey, the other day, when Dr. Goa this time, I had a headache in the morning. I was like, guys, what happened? They were like, wait, you don't remember?
Yeah.
You were the life of the party. You made everyone stand. Everyone was like this. Because we did not know who this character is.
Yeah.
And they also said, if in fact people were like this, hey, boo, how can they let this person in here? And yeah, it was Halloween. It was wait, let me tell you. It was Halloween, so I dressed up as a Halloween a clown. Some of you might have sold my socials, but I have to still post some of the content. So I was the life of the party in a way that they did not expect me to dress up as a clown. What? They did not expect me to dress up for Halloween. Because I am not that person. That's not what they're used to seeing me as. And also, I was standing on stage, sweating like that, dancing. My boots off. I even took off my shoes at the nightclub. I was like, hey, take this, get out of my way. Because they are constraining right now. I danced. Yes, I did have, to a certain point, how do you know that even?
You spoke about it.
But I had my costume right here and I was dancing. That's not what people were expecting of me.
From Ikwala? Or you as a person?
From me as a person.
Okay.
Because being Ikwala or being a young man does not define Zotando. Because Zotando is a brand. Zotando is a person that carries himself whatever way that he feels like carrying. Yeah. Even though he tries to protect his brand. Sometimes he cannot protect his brand because...
The restricting. That's the word you would, and how do you control? Restricts you. Okay. Yeah.
I never feel restricted. I don't
That's what I'm saying. If you're expected to not tarnish your brand, it's gonna come against something that you would have generally wanted to do.
Let me tell you a brief about Brand Zotando. Just we know. I'm just stepping out of context right now.
Yeah.
Brand Zotando is all about breaking boundaries. Brand Zotando is all about making a change, and it does not care what another person thinks about that particular brand, because my brand does not depend on anyone. If anyone can go to my channel, to my YouTube right now and unsubscribe, I'm like, good, minus one person who thinks that Zotando is all about this thing that they have in their head and not the particular Zotando. Because if you support Zotando, you're gonna support Zotando for the person that he is, not for the things that he does.
But
either way, if those things are
against my values,
against your values, then you can unsubscribe. I don't mind that. I don't mind you coming to me and saying, hey, Zotando, what you posted, what you said was, we had a conversation about this about a couple of months ago. We were talking about pedophilia actually at the office early morning. I had my views, you had your views, but you saw how pedophilia.
Oh yeah.
I
remember.
Yeah.
That was the first deep conversation we had.
It was not. We have had a lot of deep conversations, but
it was casual at that time.
What do you mean? Fuck that shit. But nevertheless, my values are stuck to that. So no one can come into my life, or no one can tell me via a tweet or via Facebook or via WhatsApp that they're trying to change your values. Why should I change my values for?
Not necessarily change. If I present to you new information about this,
I endorse that.
Are you then able to?
I endorse that.
To the new information?
I'm not gonna adapt. I will endorse what you say.
So you're not gonna change.
I'm not. For what?
It
doesn't pay me.
I know.
If it brings money to my account, if it pays my bills, that's the only time I'm gonna change. I'm not gonna change for only really wanting.
If I come to you and say the hat you're wearing right now, in the long run causes headaches.
Okay.
Are you gonna wear it again?
In the long run, right now I'm wearing this hat for my head to be warm.
Yeah, but if I tell you this particular beanie was designed to an effect that it affects you, your brain, that it would cause a headache, are you still gonna say, nobody can tell me what to do, I'm still so... Yeah.
No, if you're presenting new information to me, I'm like, oh, I didn't know this.
The same thing with pedophilia.
Thank you very much.
I bring new information, then you understand, okay, this way.
But that does not mean I must agree with everything that you say.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Because, naturally...
Okay.
Yeah, we've had this conversation.
That's just weird back to the school.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for example, this is a goal.
Yeah.
You've had.
And in needless to say, Naso kwangoku sibuyele back.
Thank you.
Sibonisile kodwa ba ayikwenzela ngani nje
Of
Yeah.
course. You're going to feel it.
wona akwakufaili
In public, but I personally, as you know, Ukanya, London.
ba different ngaphandle.
Besides that,
Isidima
It doesn't do anything for you though.
besides that,
Let's agree to
when you study
disagree.
as a student, when you study for an exam. That's not the back.
no,
Wait,
That's right, that's right,
no,
that's right.
cut.
Okay.
Wait. The question was, does it help you? Does it grow you? Does it groom you? And does it make you a better person? Yes or no?
Yes.
How?
No, I'm going to move along.
I will.
Be specific ngathi.
No,
That's the question. Don't tell me what don't find.
Once in the tete bakanjani. How many in public. But I personally really feel like ubudoda bam
Yeah.
ukhanya bumchintshile.
I still again, I'm saying this again. I beg to differ.
Would it
No, thank
open
you.
doors
Cut.
for you in your career?
Of course, no, not career.
Exactly.
Of course, so need a
How
basically
does-
about career.
Yes.
Hey, it's all about
How are you
money.
gonna feed yourself?
How it's all about money.
You're all about money,
It's all about- Hey.
So you're all about money.
Let's make money.
To the back of that gang is on. Yes, money for that.
You the toxic.
You need money for that.
You didn't money for
You the
anything.
toxic.
Babu pays.
Even wait. You put your daughter.
Yeah.
Babu no look what's the job. What's that?
Oh, no,
You put your daughter taking so.
I got it. Okay, wait. I
It just restricts you in a way,
okay.
you act yourself, kill yourself because of how your business
Society norms, yeah.
Society.
So basically, it doesn't help you. How do you think then we can change from the mentality of ukwaluka
Yeah.
and add values to that?
One,
Values that are going to build you.
yeah. One, I like how it's just like that's the future. Ungayenzi la limit. Be you. That's one.
Okay.
Two, I don't think everything that happens Pada can add value to your life
You and I both.
and skills
you
to
guys are
sustain
both.
yourself in the future. So that's why I need tea I lindo. But I'm a after you and I think some if we're siegi, it's gonna be too straight unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? The fact that I was going to make short in the yard. What does that mean? What's the same thing? And was short because Kokonum Sabines glooms. Is it was a no guns of Shaba, the Sutuala selling. I wasn't getting bullshit. Those are the things that we need to now. Anyways, it's the moon. It's a mix anymore. Says it's the hanger. According to Kuala, 6 months. Why?
What's the need of koalas, by the way?
All those minor rules. But rules. If say I focus, 45 days, commercial 45 days. 45 days. See, sends a long door and then boo here.
Yeah.
And then trying to build my future. It was is yeah.
Okay, I get your point. Do you have anything to add to that?
No,
Okay.
that's right.
You mentioned it's let me just say it's ridiculous in a way. You mentioned a lot of things, but one thing that I want to say is how do we better that if we have got stagnant, old, and young people who are so fixed on the values of ubudoda and all of that, and when the double agent here was saying Uguti, it helps in a medical way. Why can we not say, okay, this helps medically, but not psychologically, but not business kind, not entrepreneurship, in a way. Those are not words, but entrepreneurship in an entrepreneurship type of way, or in a way that is going to build you and your future and whatsoever. Why don't we normalize men, black black men in particular, Xhosa men, Xhosa dance, Amahlubi, and each and every person that does or goes under circumcision in a traditional way. Why can we not normalize those same people going to a medical facility, which is a Western or a hospital or clinic or wherever, and they get circumcised? Why is it that communities don't accept those people as men? Whereas they are the ones who actually are, I'm going to use the same word woke, which is I don't want to use, I also want to use, but the word woke, whereas they are well informed about what's happening in the surroundings, what's happening, and how they can better. How do we not discriminate and normalize and see those people as men as well?
We should have these conversations not just on podcast. A man and a daughter walking through the forest. We need to have this conversation.
No, I'm catching up.
That's what I'm saying. Let's have those conversations.
Oh God, yeah.
Let's have those conversations. Stuck in the past. We are going and we have different zako. Singing about
short.
So and then this daughter says from this. If man from this daughter must head. If we sang as girl, like you said in the intro, as high school, we graduate. If we can, whatever you want us to engage in.
You can.
That's what I'm saying. First, the conversation must dismantle the whole thing.
Would you actually go into the middle short?
I have, but then I wasn't in because I was the only guy who was. That's my sister telling if not passed by, it's a thing. I chose some in the blue and then
I'll just leave. I don't go. Either way, I don't care if you're my friend and you believe otherwise. Fuck you. Just know that right now. If you're my friend, fuck you.
Nakona Danny was short the gladness and go like we blue bandit blue and then again. But what I wanted to say add on that is
Lama did that.
Ebo.
Lama was like, hey, I'm not gonna wear shorts. Then and like, yeah. That's what's about.
We need to continue doing that. And also Ababandu Base Glandau way means about Bana. And we should take the black man. It holds us back in the sense that when you're not in the Eastern Cape or the Western Cape, or when you are in a neighborhood that is not necessarily prominent,
favorable.
No, it's not a lot of black people in it. I went to the burbs. My sister had moved there and then I didn't see the use of it.
Since you moved?
Yeah. As the way only holds us back a car. See, I says Lalin. If was a car, they won't discriminate against Umbria's better. Because that shit means nothing there. At all. That's like what we got money. So I take it take no lap location. Cause the location also says Lalini, they treat you a certain way. Leave those provinces or go to the burbs. Who's a born mom just like anybody here. And then we born back of value to this thing. And then we come go and look a year later nationally do it. And then Africa say, then demand the Bama music old man. Utini,
Why do you think?
Because at that time I had to unlearn. 4-year-olds, it meant nothing. That side, to a point where they acknowledge it. Africa's people look a lot of respect. Pana, you're still the same nigga. And then the team. I go about, no, it's and this is better than boys ago. Casually. Where's Upper Mululas better? Yes, I'm with Fish.
I've never heard of a person who speaks like that.
That's what I'm saying. If it's still a thing. Go to the burbs or leave Western Cape or Eastern Cape.
Sticking to what you're saying, actually, I was at this facility. I forgot the name, but you're definitely gonna get the link right below our comment section. And I gained a lot of friends, including the doctors. Everyone was like calling me just the other weekend, saying, "Zotando, hey, can you come through?" I'm like, "Hey guys, why? Hey, we just want to chat to you." I'm like, "Ish, okay, I'm hanging and I have to go to MHS plane, and I've got to chat with these doctors, Dr. Parker, and so on and so on and so on." And I looked at how, and in fact, I looked at the many people that were there. We had the 7-year-olds there, we had 27-year-olds there, and I saw another person who had gray hair, an older colored guy, I think he's late 60s and so on and so on. They're going to get circumcised. But prior to that, I had a conversation with Narishma. Apologies, Narishma, if I'm saying your word incorrectly. But I had a conversation with her. She was like, another Xhosa or black person came in, and that man is over 60 years of age. He came in there to get circumcised again. Why? Because they cut him on in a way that is not favorable, or does not allow him to have sex in a way that is enjoyable to him. And then I said, and then we had a back and forth conversation. We're just kind of conversing. They mentioned that Uguti.
That was a signal, by the way.
I actually saw that. Can you please? Can you please? So they're saying, she's saying, Uguti, that man felt so ashamed, not ashamed to come to the facility, but he felt ashamed of his culture. Because it did him dirty in a way. And there's so many other men out there that have went to traditional circumcision, and the process was not done correctly. How do you feel with men correcting what was done wrong traditionally in a Western way?
That's another thing I like, is the fact that it was a colored community. Because when you go to multiracial schools,
but the one that came in to correct was a black person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you engage with colored folks, I'm in daughter, like in high school and primary. I'm in daughter because they don't have a 4 scale. That's another thing that just makes it, that devalues it. I'm in daughter, and then once for 5 and we're teenagers. That's another thing that just goes to the point.
I don't know. If
you engage with colored folks and so therefore hindered. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and then we're defining what and then everybody has shared their opinion. If that's you defining good or they will not having a trap, come up to you and say, I'm in order. You get what I'm saying? It means that because they needs the way to correct that, it's a good thing for your health because
so
still unemployed, you say guys, I'm not basari, I'm not span, I'm not internship, I'm quite taking so many. No knock too much doesn't go now 45 would let back when no
doctor, you just through shame. You just threw it through shame to the guys of the Kukulate. Oh, you're gonna get a lot of backlash. But not on this podcast, we don't care.
In Cape Town, it's stereotype of how much just in you. They buy bags with a bag.
But I will buy bags with a bag. It doesn't make sense. What the fuck?
For the people who don't live in Cape Town, for the gooks niggas, if you wanna challenge me in anything, we can talk.
Yeah, the socials. There, you see, right below your screen, there are the socials. That's where you can get it.
You get me, and that's a ring a lot. No way he that took it upon himself in his 60s.
In his 60s?
Imagine how long he had kept that because of the culture. He's been living unhappily because of that for years. That's another phrase for something else. Because the negative bang was 6, like he would say. He's a good bang was 6. And then age, you understand what I'm saying? We should continue doing it though. Marasieke, everything else, and focus on the health benefit.
We should continue getting...
And the language we learn.
Yeah, we should continue getting circumcised as men, as African men, as white men.
That's another word I don't like to describe in Dab.
As what?
Circumcision, it's if I take a knife and cut this cup in half, in the definition of circumcision, I have circumcised the cup.
The cup.
So yeah, circumcising is taking something into, yeah. There's a difference for me personally.
Expatiate.
Yeah. If we are, since I never been you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not just that. It's mostly when it's circumcision. It's better that you get circumcised. I can circumcise my arm now. Circumcise rather, my arm.
Yeah.
Interest in Dabeni is more than...
It's deep.
Than...
Way deeper.
Than...
Way deeper.
I not that you remove your foreskin. It's more than...
It's more than getting cut.
Yeah. There's other things that I can't mention as a club. I'm still restricted, God, never.
Yeah.
As progressive as I feel I am. Because in some good to understand.
Okay, should we then continue circumcision? Yes, in you know. Why? Why if you say I go to the window?
For the health benefits.
For the health benefits.
Yeah, if we are back we end up in, you're fine.
Okay.
I agree.
So we can get circumcised either hospital or in Dabeni. It doesn't make a difference.
You can remove your foreskin anyway.
So it's all about the foreskin.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to differentiate from. Dabeni is something different.
Are you drunk?
What do you mean?
Are you drunk? I'm looking at you like, he's he
had a rough night, it's all about you lookies. His views are so strong.
Yo.
I get partners.
I like kind of this podcast.
And then he was respected as him. So
I'm indulgent.
Yeah. Nina. So in Pundi is a pandemic. Begin away. Exactly. That's why he's still fresh.
Oh,
that's weird.
I think this is amazing. Why saying fuck you?
Fuck you, man.
I was ready for that, but okay, it's fine.
This was the way he was.
He was rough.
He had fun.
But
and went to his place. I figure, I don't know, dude, that's so time. The morning relax. Yeah, okay, sure. So connected now. That's another thing, I can still use that thing to connect.
Exactly.
But I need the reason I need because I struggle to find a job. I struggle to get the basari,
yeah.
It didn't make my life better in that sense. I think if my life went smoothly straight after that, I would still be like him, the leader, however.
Hey, other kids have got it nice.
If you could live, Trazo, yeah, but I can call the same time, tell us. But when you could live, Trazo, Subagan and Pagama could live.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Why do you have 6 minutes?
Okay, guys, closing. Okay, hey, F you, shut up. That's our time. That's our time that you have. Okay. In closing, welcome back. In closing, do you think the culture of Ukwaluka traditionally should be continued and continue to be perpetuated? Use another word for my boxes the other day. That was the word that I'm looking for. Like, hey, perpetuated. I was like, hey. Yeah?
Let's look at good boxes.
No, I think you were the one who was
why did you
starting.
say that?
I just said that, like, hey, mother F. Do you think the culture of Ukwaluka tradition should be perpetuated and be continued, and why?
Since he is pro.
Okay. Double agent?
No, I think I personally, my Quebec.
Why?
Sizathu, once uye endabeni kanye once uluke wena njengobuwena nje as an individual unendlela zakho okwazi uzikhethela wena as an individual once ungoluka, I think if singoluka isivese iqhubeke ubomi normally.
Yeah.
Sineeds into esinozenza ngokwengqondo enormal ba ungumuntu. But once no okay this business maybe now. Let's not change kuwena. Uzothanda ngeke aphele ngizothandwa. Ashibuzibona ngalo wena.
No, cut. What do you mean?
Okay, no man, ngizokelo ngamke. I keep on saying that 40. If khange ndiye endabeni zininzi izinto ke ngiqhubekekile ngazo.
You still are doing them.
Guys, no, cut the party. Yeah. But no, guys, I'm not telling you we are up. I'm telling you we are up.
No. Get out of here.
I cannot
to a point to come forward to by indoda ngezenzo. There are certain things that people like Caucasians. I'm going to TV when I say no look.
Yeah.
I'm going to TV. I'm going to movie. And then the boy child at 13 maybe. I touch sister yake span. I mean esikolweni friends zakhe zingamthumanga. Xa ibone ngokwathi ba actually sifikile ngomntana touch sister yami. Xa ibuye endlini that time ayithi you see now you are a man. He used to touch me just like that. After everything I've done in 45 days, kanjalo. The other cultures adopt the same thing. We hear it every single time. A nigga gets a job, the other cultures, by cultures I mean the Caucasians and Asians and let's say you take the first salary, papete grocery.
Don't you think then?
For me, I felt like just like that because you and I in 45 days felt at that time.
Don't you think?
But now, to answer your question, sorry to cut you off, should it continue? Go to 2022. There's so many people of us stuck back in the day. We are in a new era. A testament to that is how Kuala Zangai. Skala Amabu. We should do that. The next day, breaking those society norms. And then the next kids, I want to know. Let us look at 2017. That's cool. I mean, to would attest.
But you're cool about by the way. We will not talk, don't need it. At that time, we are like, where's the weed at? Like, hey, I don't want to incriminate myself. Don't incriminate yourself, but just say the truth.
It breaks the law. I'm going to bad. I know. Who bad? And the men. Bad. That's what I'm saying. But was the certain things that you just cannot say.
Yeah, cannot say, yeah.
And no one else has Kumsha is, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so nice.
Awonke Dulaze.
And then now and then we move on and to a point where if I see I won't say it completely. Say bad, I mean. So I like the fact those kids did. Now is anyway. I see a partner, see us, but we focusing on the health aspects of
meaning
and everything and other values that they do add and the good values.
I don't know.
See dismantle the patriarchy and
Awonke Dulaze, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, Reggie. I highly appreciate the time. Even though you said you want to come back for another one, the next time that you have, you're definitely coming back. Because of time, we cannot do another one.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor to sip from the cup of knowledge.
Hey!
Many more to come to me.
Cheers, Reggie.
You're a great guy. There's room to grow, but I appreciate the direction that you're going in. You are the future. Always and how there's so much you need to learn now.
Everyone does.
We speak about it. Apart from broadcasting and everything you do as just a human being, there's so much that I try to impart when you talk Spanish, some of the things we speak about off camera. But you are the future. You are going to be a great leader. Continue and grow and signing out, ladies and gentlemen. This has been another exciting episode of Port. I know you.
Cups of Knowledge. My name is Zotando. As you can see, the socials are right below your screen, and that is where you have to live it for today. Talking about things that matter, growing tomorrow's men, installing izinto ezibalulekileyo to madoda angomso. Till we meet again, it's stay blessed.
7784. What's up?
That's it too. Be out.